Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love that intro, man. That intro just do something to me. Shout out to my boy Sal for making that beat. He made that beat. It's pretty decent. I love that shit, man. But anyway, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. If you haven't checked out my NBA tip video that I just dropped yesterday, go ahead and check that out. It's a piece of vital information on there, and look for more NBA videos coming in the near future. I just got off work. I work overnight, man, so I kind of be tired and beat up every time I make a video. But with that being said, let's get into it. I am going to make video. I'm going to point out a few plays that I like from X amount of teams, and I'll try to make it not too long, man. I'm gonna try to hit on each team, just point out the players that I like, maybe say a few things or whatever. Check, just like I say always, the links will be in the description to my social media outlet. You know, if you like the video, you can subscribe. And receive the message. You know what I'm saying? It might be shitty, but it's damn sure clean. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it, man. I'm going to go game by game today, and I'm going to just get right into the business. First and foremost, what game we're going to touch on first? We're going to touch on the Tennessee and Jacksonville. Now, I really like the Jacksonville side of this. The Tennessee side of this. These guys need to get back, and for those reasons, they the favorites. So they should be able to handle Jacksonville. But Jacksonville, they have been staying in games, man. They have been staying in games, so hopefully they can stay in games because that's good for fantasy. Stay in this game because that's good for fantasy. And my favorite play from the Tennessee side, I would like to say Tannehill, but I'm gonna stick with Derrick Henry on this one. He's coming in at 8,700. He's probably up under two or three of the guys, the top running backs on the slate, and I just feel like, especially, he needs to smash. He needs to smash these guys first and foremost. And if they end up getting up, you know what I'm saying, you can see a heavy dose of Henry, and then hey, it's uphill from there. Don't mind Tannehill. He's definitely in play. Brown, Corey Davis, and those boys, they definitely in play. If Jonnu Smith is out, Ferguson is another play. I won't mind going to him. Tight end is kind of, on tight end side after the first couple big dogs like Waller and Kelsey. Shit, you have to itch and scratch from there. And on the other side of the ball, other side of the game, I definitely like James Robertson. He gets it in. He gets it in. He's self-explanatory. He be out there balling. Chark Jr., he's another play. Probably one of my probably my favorite play from one of my favorite play. Probably my favorite play from the Jacksonville side. He needs to get back. He needs to get back. He's getting the targets. The volume is there for him. I just think that he's in a good spot, And Glennon, he threw the ball probably close to 48 times between 45 and probably 50 times last game. So he's a cheap option, the cheap option. He could very well give you 20 fantasy points in this game. If he gets a couple touchdowns, so that's somebody that I would consider as well. Now I'm gonna scoot on over to the Houston and Chicago game. Houston is actually favored in this game. But it's a sneaky game for fantasy. This is a sneaky game for fantasy. Deshaun Watson, he's like he's going to be a GPP play for me. For me personally, this week, Chicago has a tough defense when they want to be, and I'm not a fan of that offensive line over there in Houston. Deshaun Watson is always on the run, but he's been great under the pressure. He's been under pressure his whole career. If Chicago could figure out a way to get some pressure on him and make it hard for him, then things can get ugly for Houston. But I don't mind Watson on any given Sunday. As far as David Johnson, Duke Johnson, those guys, I'm probably off. Cooks, and QT, I'm probably off those guys. Hopefully, at some point I got to take a stand, and I'm probably off for the receivers in this game. On the Chicago side, Atkins could be a decent play. Chicago not that good. Atkins, whatever. And they're not that good against tight ends. But most of these guys, I probably won't be on them. On the Chicago side, Mitchell Trubisky, he should be able to hopefully have a good game, because I'm going to play him. And Montgomery, he's coming in at 6,500 on FanDuel. I like the play. I like him on FanDuel a little bit better. He is at what's his price? I believe he's at 60. All right, I went past 6,600. You really need touchdowns. He saved the day last week with those touchdowns that he got in the end zone, and he really saved the day. He was mega chalk. But like I said, he's 6,500 on DraftKings. I don't mind him. I won't be mad at you if you play him, but I really like him better on FanDuel. Mitchell Trubisky, he's also cheap on DraftKings. He's not even 7K on FanDuel. He's not even 7K. So that's somebody that you can consider as well on FanDuel, especially if you think he can. If you think he can move the ball and get up and get some points, man. I can dig that. Robertson got a juicy matchup along with Mooney. You're gonna have to keep an eye out on Mooney. He might not play. And if he doesn't play, then you can look at somebody like Anthony Miller. Anthony Miller and Mitchell Trubisky have a connection. Those guys, they have a connection. He's at 3,900. I don't mind the play alone. A cheap option. And then Robertson, he's definitely in play. He's got a great matchup. One of my favorite plays on the slate. Hopefully he can hit the end zone. I have me some shares of him as well. And like you should know by now, you probably don't know by now, however you want to say it, Cole Kmet, he's taken over the tight end spot. So he's a cheap option, man. He's a cheap option. He got about 5 or 6 targets last game. He's a cheap option, man. I probably would like him in tournaments. Denver and Carolina. Now, this game I'm probably not on either, but there is some sneaky plays here. For instance, you have Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon he's been seeing a little bit more production as over Lindsey. Lindsey's been a shell of himself so far. He really gassed up. He gassed up Kansas City last game at a 5,200 price point on DraftKings, and he's coming in at he's around 6K, I believe. He's 6,100 on FanDuel, man. Man, if he can scratch that end zone a couple of times, man, he might, man. Of course he's gonna pay off. Drew Lock, somebody that I'm not on, Another one of my favorite plays on this team would be Tim Patrick. He's coming in at 4,200, man. Somebody that really has been, kind of consistent. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't mind taking a stab at him. I really like him. I like to play. Now on the Carolina side of the ball, yikes, my fault. On the Carolina side of the ball, Teddy Bridgewater, somebody who I'm not on against that secondary. It might be a grind out game here. Then you got McCaffrey, probably will be back this weekend. For what? I don't know. Their record stinks. They're not making the playoffs. Like, why would you even bring him back? He's coming in at 9,200 on DraftKings, man. And then on FanDuel, he's what's his price on FanDuel? He's 10K. So I don't know. Man. The first time he came back, he had a very nice workload. And then went out the next week. I think he sat out for a game or two. And now I'm like, ugh. They don't got nothing to play for, man. And, neither one of these teams got nothing to play for. Do we see Mike Davis get a little bit more work while McCaffrey's active? That's something to think about. But sometimes you got to take a stand, man. I'm probably just going to be out, man. I'm just going to be out on him, man. That's all. Going down to the receivers. I forgot to touch on Noah Fant. Noah Fant, somebody that I'm not on. I'm not mad at you if you pull the trigger, but I'm just not on him. At this point, I have to take a stand. You gotta take a stand sometime, man. Now, we got Robbie Anderson. Robbie Anderson looks like he's going to probably be the number one, which he probably already is the number one, but he's going to be out there with the rest of these guys, with these other two cheap options, and Zylstra and Cooper probably, and you got Samuel out for COVID-19. I'll be surprised if he play, and you got I probably won't be touching on neither one of these. No Ian Thomas, no none of that. So it's either Robbie Anderson for me or a fade, and it's probably looking like a fade. I won't be touching. I probably won't be touching nobody from this game. I mean from the Panthers side. Moving on over to the Minnesota and Tampa Bay game. This is a juicy game to me personally. It's a juicy game. You got Brady coming in at 6,900, Cousins coming in at 6,200 on FanDuel. You'll get Brady at 7,800, and you'll get Cousins at 7,500. I'm not a fan of. Well, I'll start with the Viking side of the ball. Cousins does have a nice price point, and we all know that Tampa Bay secondary has, they have a tendency to get eaten alive, but it depends on which Cousins are we going to see. If they're able to put some pressure on Cousins might tack his tail, but he's got a very nice price tag at 6,200, man, on DraftKings. I like it. Dalvin Cook, he looked like he might be banged up or something like that. I don't know, man. He gets a heavy workload every week, man. He's a tournament option for me this week. Even if I touch him, I might have to make a stand and just don't go nowhere near him. I don't care if he goes off or not. I'm probably just not gonna go nowhere near him in that tough run D over there in Tampa Bay. Now, Thielen and Jefferson, they definitely in play. They got some price tags on them at 7K and 7,400, but they definitely in play. If I'm looking to anybody in this game, it's going to be one of these guys. I'm not on neither one of these tight ends or nothing like that, nothing of that nature. On the other side of the ball, Tom Brady, he's coming in at 6,900. Ronald Jones, 6,100. Godwin, Evans, Brown, Gronkowski, these guys are loaded, man. These guys are loaded. They just have yet to put it together. They just coming off a bye. Man, hopefully they figure something out. They need to win right along with Minnesota. So this game should be good for at least, from a football fan standpoint. So um, I don't mind Brady. Um, this game could definitely shoot out. That would be awesome. Ronald Jones, he's pretty cheap. He's in play, but I'm not on him. Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Antonio Brown. It's hard to Rob Gronkowski. It's hard to figure out who you want to stack Brady with. Mike Evans been getting the touchdowns. Godwin has been consistent in the slot. Antonio Brown sitting over here at 5,500. All three of these price points are very nice, very nice. Rob Gronkowski is even a cheaper option to stack with him. I don't mind any one of these guys. It's just hard to figure out which one's going to go off. So, I'm really undecided on it. If I had to pick my favorite play from this game, I would probably say Godwin. Yeah. And my favorite player to stack with him would probably be a cheaper option in Rob Gronkowski. Moving on over to the Arizona and New York Giants. This game I'm totally not on. Murray, 7,200, hasn't been looking like itself. D. Hopkins been a shell. Looks like Fitzgerald will be back. Dan Arnold, these guys I'm just not on them. Neither now if we can get Daniel Jones back, I would really like Evan Ingram. But, I might still take a stab at him either way. You go, he's 4,300 over here on DraftKings, and on FanDuel, he's coming in at about, he is 5,700. So, it is what it is. But I'm just not on none of those guys. I'm making a stand for these last few weeks. Moving on over to the Kansas City and Miami game. On the Kansas City side, these boys are pretty tough. They have a pretty tough offense. You know who that is. That's Mahomes. Then you got Hill, Watkins. You got the usual suspects over here. They always in play. Kelsey, man, one of the best tight ends in the league. I probably would not be. He probably would be the option that I would be going to if I was to pick a pass catcher. But Sammy Watkins seemed kind of sneaky. Well, Tyreek Hill, I'll probably be off of him. We know what he can do, but I'll probably be off of him. Mahomes, he's in play, but I don't know if I'll play him this week, man. I'm so undecided this week, man. If you guys feel like you guys got anything, you guys can offer some information, whatever, don't be afraid to hit me up in the comments, man. We can chop it up. That's what we're here for. On the Miami side of the ball, Tua, I'm not on Tua. Gaskin, my favorite plays over here will be Gaskin. I really like Gaskin. I don't know if Ahmed, Washington, whoever these guys come back, I think he still will get the lion's share. He Kansas City can give it up in the run on the ground. They can give it up on the ground, and like I said, I like Gaskin, man. Another player I like is Gesicki. He's 4,500 on DraftKings, and on FanDuel, there he is. He's 5,700. His target share, it's been moving. It's been moving in the right direction. He had 4, 5, 5, 5, 11 last game. So man, that's a pretty cheap option because tight end is kind of sick when you get past the top end. So there you go. Moving on over to the Dallas-Cincinnati game. Got Andy Dalton coming in at 5,500. Elliott at 6,600. Cooper, Gallup, Lamb, and those boys. Then you got Dalton Schultz. So I start down here. Dalton Schultz, somebody I really like. Especially going against Cincinnati are horrible against tight end. So here's a cheap option that you guys can look at. The receivers are in play. They all in play, and they get good targets over here. They get good targets over here. Let's see. And then on top of that, you're looking at the revenge narrative for Andy Dalton. Man, this makes of a pretty fake decent game. I'll play Andy Dalton this week. You know, Amari Cooper. He's been one of his favorite targets, 7, 8, 9. You know, he's been getting targeted, so he's definitely in play against this. It's not so great secondary. CD Lamb, it is, he's throwing the ball. These guys are getting their share of targets, man. So, that game is very much in play. On the Kansas City side, on the Cincinnati side, Allen, Finley, those guys just horrible, man. Gio Bernard, I don't mind Gio Bernard. After those guys after Cowboys, they've just been getting gashed on the ground, man. And then Gio Bernard, he is a pass catching back. So if they can find a way to put some points up, man, then Gio Bernard coming in at $5K over here on DraftKings, man, he's probably around the same price on FanDuel. He probably can return some value for you. I'd rather play him on DraftKings though, because on FanDuel you're gonna need some touchdowns. So he's 5,700 on DraftKings. On FanDuel. Tyler Boyd, Higgins, Green. My favorite is Green ain't been doing shit. He's been disappointing. Of course, he got bad quarterback play, but he's been disappointing. Higgins and Boyd. Those boys, all of them are GPP options, man. They can do something. And then I'm not on the rest of those guys. New York Jets and Seattle. On the Jets side, Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, he can give you a nice floor game here and there. GPP dart. Don't mind it. You running multiples, I don't mind it. Crowder caught 2 touchdowns last week. This secondary is not good at all. So, these guys are very much in play, man. They are, for real. Perriman, he got a Q tag. Mims might miss. He's away from the team. He might miss this game. I'm going to hate to see him miss this game because I definitely wanted to play him. And if he's out, then you can look to Braxton Berrios. Braxton Berrios, a min price option. It is what it is. I probably won't be on him. Johnson coming in at 4,400. Gore doesn't go. He's got the backfield, man, and he had 100 yards last game, man. Shit. It's a cheap option. Nobody's talking about him. That's something to keep an eye out on. Russell, on Seattle side, look, going against these boys, the Jets defense, especially the secondary, all systems a go. Russell Wilson is a go. Lockett is a go. Metcalf is a go. These guys are go. My favorite, Lockett makes a great GPP play this week. I think he's a good GPP play this week, man. Metcalf is self-explanatory. He can smash something. And then, I'm not on Carson, but they can very well get up and he might can scratch in there, roll over in there for a couple touchdowns. So watch out for that. Moving on over to the Indianapolis and Las Vegas game. This game, I'm not on this game at all. Rivers, but anything can happen, man. Taylor, 5,800. Hilton is at a respectable price. This is one of the guys that I do like out of this game. I got on him about 2 weeks ago. I'm just gonna ride that wave. I have me some. Good luck finding out which tight end to use this week from this team. I just stay away from them. And truthfully, I'm not on none of these guys over here for Vegas. I'm not on any one of these guys. If I had to pick a receiver, I'll probably go with Algor and Ruggs. He drops too many motherfucking passes for me. He get on my goddamn nerves. Waller is a decent option, man. I just not on him this week. He's getting up towards 7K. Definitely in play, but I'm not on him. Green Bay and Detroit. Now, Aaron Rodgers and Adams, you know those boys, they got something going on. Man. Aaron Rodgers 7,500. Adams 9,300 on DraftKings. On FanDuel, he is what? 9,600. So that's real high, man. Especially for DraftKings, that's real high. Well, he has been showing his ass, boy, that motherfucker. And then it looked like they just trying to smash it. Him and Rodgers just trying to smash it. Every game they just trying to smash it. So, and then like they team employed totals like probably about 30. So this could probably some scoring to go around for everybody. Between Aaron Jones and Devontae Adams, I don't know whose matchup is the juiciest. Just Detroit give up the butt to the run game, man. And this might be that game that Aaron Jones just fall in there. It's a division game. You might fall in there for 2 or 3 of them, man. So watch out. Lazard, Valdez, Scannon, all these guys, they are in play. Lazard, and I don't even want to mess with Scannon. Lazard, he's definitely in play for GPPs. On the Detroit side, man, I don't even know where to go. I just won't be on them. There's some cheap options over here. I can probably get to it. Now, if Swift is in play, Peterson knows how to get in the end zone. Swift's in play. If Swift playing, then, I probably can get to some Swift, but I'm not. Just playing out, I'm not. Hawkinson, I don't mind Hawkinson. He's at 5K over here, and on FanDuel, he's at what is Hawkinson's price? Let's see. Hawkinson is priced at 6K, so I don't mind some Hawkinson. But one thing to show, 2 things for certain. Stafford's gonna throw that ball, so we don't know what's gonna happen. Quiet as kept. You can probably stack this game, and you could probably run some stacks of this game and come out with some decent amount of points, man. Moving on over to Washington and San Francisco. This game, another game that I'm just probably not on. You got some cheap options. One cheap option, you got J.D. McKissick. Gibson is doubtful. Peyton Barber, he gets the dirty work. McKissick, if you're down, they need those passes, and they down, which they very could end up being down, because this San Francisco offense is coming around. They could be trailing, and then you can look for McKissick. McKissick, he probably had about 9 or 10 targets last game, which everybody know by now that he can get a nice amount of targets. McLaurin is a very good football player, man. Just, playing out flat and simple. And not Cam, but this Sims Jr., he's a decent option as well, man. If you're looking for somebody that's low, a cheaper player, you could probably snag him, Thomas, he's going to be chalk. Very nice price at $3,300. What's his price over here? On FanDuel, his price is, he's at $5,200 on FanDuel. So, the targets are there. Alex Smith like to check down and things like that. Every game though is different. and I can't predict the future. They can rack it up in this game for all I know, man. For all I know, I might reconsider some things on this game. Reconsider some things, as the week progresses, because they might be able to end up putting up some points. On the San Francisco side, they got a hell of an offensive line, especially a run blocking line. So it'll be interesting to see what Mostert could do. Deebo Samuel, just a monster. This boy is a monster. Brandon, what's his name? Brandon Ayuk. He's pretty good his damn self, man. So these boys, even though Washington has a decent defense, these are two capable NFL teams that they can go out there and put up some points and Jordan Reed, his snap count has been going up. He's been consistent. He got a late touchdown last game. We know what he can do. We know he's a monster. We know this. I don't mind him going up against his old squad. He wants to do some damage. I don't mind some Jordan Reed. I don't know what he is on FanDuel, but I know he's a cheap option at $5K. I won't mind me some Jordan Reed. New Orleans and Philly. Now, Carson Winston got benched. Jalen Hurts is in. Miles Sanders just not on him. Rigger, Ward, none of these pass catchers. I'm not on any of these guys. They tournament options all the way through. Goddard is the best pass. Probably the one guy I would give some consideration to in the passing game. He's coming in at $4K. Goddard is 5,600 on FanDuel. Hey, he's the one who's been putting in work. Ertz is back as well, but you see he's getting 7, 10. This will be Hurts' first full game and he's got a full squad. Nobody's hurt. He gets a chance to see what he can do against with this roster. Hurts can give you he got some rushing upside. We haven't seen him in a full game. We'll see what's up, right? This Sunday, we're going to see what's up. Taysom Hill, same. We know what we've been seeing from him. Is either, I haven't played him yet. It's either I play him or not. I don't mind him, though. Now, after seeing what he can do, I definitely don't mind him. Kamara, you got Thomas. It could be a smash spot for this offense, but, I can probably go over. I could probably do without playing these guys. Nice price tags on them though. Kamara got a nice price tag. Thomas got a nice price tag. Cook's in there at 3,800. If they can find some way to make this game, if Philly can find some way to make this game competitive, I can see the fantasy output being a little bit better for these guys. And the last game I'm going to touch on is Atlanta and the Chargers, man. I like this game for fantasy. These guys should be able... I'm looking for a shootout here. I ain't going to lie. I'm looking for a shootout here. Who's not looking for a shootout? Look at some of these prices. Look at Julio Jones at 6,600. Really is 1,000 more than Julio Jones. Hayden Hurst is, I can look elsewhere, but Julio is the play for me. I have me a nice amount of Julio on FanDuel, on DraftKings. What's his price on FanDuel, man? 7,600, man. Decent. So Matt Ryan and a Julio stack, man. Matt Ryan coming in at 5,700. Very nice price tag on Matt Ryan. He hasn't been having the best season, but this is a bounce back spot for him, in my opinion. On FanDuel, he's probably around low 7K, man. What is it? What's his price? He is priced at, damn, where's Matt Ryan? There go my eyes playing tricks on me again. 7,300, man. 7,300. So, man, do with what you will. On the other side of the ball, check out the LA Clippers, man. I mean, this game could go either way. LA Chargers, rather. You got Herbert. Herbert is priced up on FanDuel. Sitting there at 8,300. He's 68 on DraftKings. You know he loves to throw that ball. Now, Eckler is going to be an automatic lock for most. But you got Kellen Balazs breathing down his back, but that's neither here nor there. Eckler is the man. Balazs will get he'll get his touches here and there. I'm really looking at, the passing, this game is juicy, man. This game is easily stackable. We got some nice options on the slate, running back options and stuff like that. I believe Eckler, well, between all the running backs that's on the slate, you got Eckler, you got McCaffrey, Dalvin. That should help spread out the ownership. I will have me some Eckler, but not like, no, I might have me a couple shares. That's it. The interesting plays, these two guys, the most interesting plays to me. Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. I've been waiting on Mike Williams the whole for weeks. I've been waiting on him. I'm not afraid to go back. Atlanta secondary has been bad. They've been getting better. And, man, a Julio run back with an Allen. Oh, my God. Or Williams. And, man, I see this game being better than what people have been projecting to be. Then you got Hunter Henry. So the Chargers should win this game, but we just need Atlanta to keep it close. They got some weapons on offense. Chargers, man. So you got to pick your poison, man. The first person I'll probably pick off this Chargers team would probably be Keenan Allen. Chargers need to bounce back, especially after that. They lost by 2,000 points last game. They need a get right spot. And, that's about it, man. I can go through the player pool and I can just, point out some guys again. Like I say, DK Metcalf, monster. Aaron Jones, great spot. I like the spot for Keenan Allen. Hopkins. Any given Sunday, we know this boy got game. I'm not on him. Robertson is a yes for me. Really, I'm off of him. Justin Jefferson and Thielen, pick your poison. Tyler Lockett, GPPs for me. Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas, Austin Eckler. Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas, tournaments only for me. Carson, tournaments only. Eckler, he can blow up. This is a blow-up spot for him. A blow-up spot for him. The Chargers, they got so many weapons, it's hard to figure out which way you want to go. And to differentiate yourself from the field, man. Robertson, smash. Waller, I'm not on him. Get McLaurin, Evans, touchdown machine, juicy game. That Minnesota and Tampa Bay. I love that game. Ezekiel Elliott, personally, a smash spot for me. He's gonna be low on. I like him. Smash spot for me. Julio Jones, I love it. Swift, David Montgomery, I like him on FanDuel. Cooper, in play. Mike Davis, no. Debo, yes. Godwin, yes. Jacobs, no. Robbie Anderson, yes, but I'm not on him. Matter of fact, he's a no for me. I don't care what he does. Mostert, not on him. No for me, Miles Sanders. Cooks, Chicago, they so damn up and down. I'm still off of them. Ronald Jones, he can get some touchdowns, but no for me. Devontae Parker, he's definitely in play. But, man, going against Miami, he's in play, especially on DraftKings. I mean, going against Kansas City, he's in play, especially on DraftKings for the PPR, but it's probably somebody I won't get to. CEH, no for me. Marvin Jones Jr., he's in play. Davis, in play. Taylor, he's in play. Gallman, I'm not on him. Gaskin, I like the Gaskin play. AB, 5,500, in play. Jameson Crowder, in play. Ayuk, they're going against a tough defense, but he's in play, man. He's in play. DJ Chark, I love the play. I ain't going to lie. One of my favorite tournament options. GPP only, but I like him. I'm hoping he does something this week. Melvin Gordon, sure. 5,200, sure. Sterling Shepard, in play. Really would like Jones to be back. T.Y. Hilton, yes for me. Lazard, tournaments, yes. Hawkinson, okay. Kiki QT, I'm not on him. Giovanni Bernard, tournaments for me. Good matchup. Man. If it's asking, man, yeah. Then you got the Sammy Watkins, yes, and McKiss's tournaments, and, all the rest of these guys, Gronkowski, CD, T. Higgins. There's some plays this week, man. Mike Williams. So, hey, what can I say, man? I'm going to leave you guys with that. Like I say, you can like, subscribe if you want. Stay tuned with, like I say, what I got coming up. I have NBA. And then I got NFL. I'm my prop bets. If you guys want to see a lineup or something like that, let me know in the comments. I've been saying I'm going to do it, but I really don't do it. But if you guys want to see a lineup or you want to see me put one together, I surely would, especially upon request. But hope you guys have a nice evening. Got a football game tonight. New England Patriots against the Rams. Oh, shit. Maybe I'll have to make a video and about a bets tonight. But really look forward to my probably Saturday when all the prop bets are fully out. Look forward to that because I got some nice ones. They're not all out right now, but I got some nice ones. And, peace out, folks, man. Peace out.